Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. It has been a while since I filmed an underrated brands video. I actually think it's been years. And as you all know, I've gotten very into Korean skincare, so I thought it would be really fun if we do another one of these underrated brands and products videos. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a total of 4 Korean skincare brands, as well as a couple of products from each of the brands to just kind of discuss and share with you. A few notes about this video before we get started. So today's video is going to include a lot of gifted products, probably because these are my underrated brands. These are brands I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but once I tried several of their products, I started thinking, this brand deserves more attention. For those of you that have very sensitive skin, the first 2 brands in this video are very low in irritants and fragrance-free. The second 2, maybe not so much, but I still think they deserve attention. And then finally, today's video is sponsored in part by the brand IOPE. I think we're actually going to go ahead and kick off this video with the IOPE brand. If you are a returning viewer to this channel, you have seen me talk about the bioconditioning essence. I have just fallen in love with fermented essences, especially the first treatment essence type of essences. Oh, these do so much for brightening my skin, for delivering deep hydration, and this is truly one of the best I've ever tried. So to give you a little more info on the IOPE brand, they call themselves a lab-focused brand where their emphasis is research. We love to see it. They focus on skin science, plant science, and bioscience. And what I found is when you use products that are based in research, that's when you really see results in your skin, IOPE being no exception to that. In today's video, I want to share with you the Stim 3 line, which is the line that is made for calming the skin, for reinforcing the skin moisture barrier, and for anti-aging benefits. So let's start with the Stim 3 Softener, which is similar to a toning product, but you'll notice the texture is much thicker. It contains allantoin, some peptide, onion ingredients, which might sound scary, but no, it does not have a funky smell to it at all. You get the benefits of onion without the smell, and also is rich in amino acid ingredients. Side note, what do you call beneficial ingredients that are a bit critical? Amino acids. Can I ever resist a good dad joke? No. With this product, IOPE suggests to use it directly after cleansing and to wipe with a cotton pad. For me personally, I found it to be thick enough that I don't need the cotton pad. I can use it if I want to, but I find that it is optional. And then secondly, the Stim 3 Emulsion. Now, if you're unfamiliar with emulsions, they are very similar to moisturizers, but a bit more lightweight, which you should be able to see in the application that I'm putting up on the screen for you. This too contains your niacinamide, allantoin, and peptide ingredients, and also throws in some panthenol and beta-glucan, which I love as a very hydrating ingredient. And I love the texture of this one. I find it to be one of those very lightweight products in the way it sits on your skin, and yet it feels deeply hydrating and nourishing. And then the Stim 3 Ampoule, which contains 78.2% of their allanto liposome complex. This is where you're going to get those most concentrated ingredients, that being, of course, the purpose of an ampoule. So again, not only those niacinamide, peptide, and onion ingredients, but also bringing in those active constituents of cica that are often attributed as very calming ingredients. I feel like this line is a really good example of IOPE and what I was just describing with the brand. You see the active plant science going into these products through the cica ingredients and through onion, which I also feel is very underrated in skincare. I've talked about that ingredient before and I will talk about it again. And using these 3 products as a system, my skin has responded so well. I feel it's been brighter, more refreshed looking, more hydrated. I'll go ahead and put up on the screen the box set that I tried these products through. It is called the Stim 3 Special Set, and again contains exactly what you saw me use, plus 2 additional travel sizes of the softener and emulsion. Now, this entire set retails for $88.99, but IOPE says they are about to run their biggest discount on this, so if you are interested, make sure you check the description box below where I will have all of the latest updates on whatever deal they have ahead. I'm so excited to see what it will be. My next underrated Korean skincare brand, frankly, is one that I feel I shouldn't like as much as I do. Let me tell you the premise of this brand, and then we'll discuss it further. So the premise of the upcoming brand is they focus on hyaluronic acid, which I feel I'm always going off on in terms of I'm a little over this ingredient. It's great, don't get me wrong, but we've heard a lot about it. It's in a lot of products. Anyway, this brand is the Lab by Blanc Doux, and they don't just say they focus on hyaluronic acid. It's specifically that they focus on small molecule hyaluronic acid, the idea being that it will penetrate deeper into your skin and hydrate at a much more deep level. However, even that is kind of old news. And yet, I know we've talked about this in the comments, I've said this with quite a few of you, I do feel this brand is actually really underrated. And I think what it must boil down to is that these products are staying overall simple, they're staying cosmetically elegant at great price points, and yet they do seem to be very effective at hydrating my skin. This product that I'm holding right here, this is the Oligo Hyaluronic Acid Boosting Ampoule that was in the Stylovana Advent Calendar. It's a product that uses 1% hyaluronic acid, and you see the rest of the ingredients. Overall, not a lot going on, and yet there's something special about actually using this product. And maybe to their credit, it is the fact that they're focusing on that small molecule, because I feel like when I've tried other 1% hyaluronic acid ampoules, they tend to be a little bit more on the sticky and goopy side, and while this does have a little bit of a thicker texture, it still absorbs into my skin and does leave my skin feeling, again, deeply hydrated. This right here, the Oligo Hyaluronic Acid Sun Essence SPF 50+, PA4+, this is another one of these next generation sunscreens, and again, it too has that beautiful and very elegant texture to it. It is a breeze to apply this. You all know a lot of these Western sunscreens are just thick and chunky and they take a while to apply. But not this product. It's another beautiful one, and it's another one that is more on the lightweight side, and yet you do feel that it is more moisturizing on your skin. And I'll also share with you a product that I completely finished, so I don't have it anymore, but it is their moisturizer. That was kind of what really started it for me. You know, it's a product that I tried and I thought, well, you know, it's another moisturizer, what's special about it? But it too was actually really nice. I think to summarize, it's that this is an affordable and yet very cosmetically elegant and effective skincare brand. Now, this next brand is one that you may have heard of a while ago, but they went through a rebrand and they look completely different now. I quite like the new color, the soft baby pink. You may have been able to gather that I enjoy that color. But as for the brand, this is 107 Skincare, which is a brand that is based in fermented aged vinegar. Now, we've talked before about how fermenting ingredients actually makes them a bit more bioavailable to your skin. So you take the same ingredient, but you make it so that you get more of those benefits from that ingredient. In this case, it's a bit more of a brightening effect. And what I find really intriguing about 107 Skincare is that, you know, again, I am somebody who does tend to want a little bit more from my skincare products, and these products deliver that for me. This one right here is the Dewy Glow Serum Mist. I've talked a lot about how, you know, I've used a lot of these mists that claim to be also a serum, and yet they feel more like a toner on my skin, whereas this one actually does feel like I've applied a serum, and yet all I did was spray mist all over my face. I don't think I've ever seen any brand accomplish the serum mist idea quite as well as this product right here. It also contains quite a few fermented ingredients. We have some Saccharomyces and Lactobacillus ingredients. We have some arbutin, the calming allantoin, some plant-based ingredients. It does contain some of those ingredients that certainly do contribute to the scent, including rose water and vanilla, but you can argue they have antioxidant benefits as well. It does give it quite a pleasant scent to use. And as this category of a serum mist, it really is a product that you could use either as a serum or you can apply it over your makeup. In fact, why don't I just put some of this on right now? Oh, it smells so good. I feel like my look today was already so glowy. Now I gotta worry about NASA selling me as a star. Let's move on to the Shaga Jelly Low pH Cleanser. If you are familiar with the Eccentric green tea cleanser, this one is very similar to that, in that you can see these kind of bits of plant ingredient in this. It seems to actually make for a bit more of a hydrating and very slightly exfoliating cleanser than I would expect possible in a cleanser. It is so lovely to use. Now this one does contain ingredients that actually I typically react to, and yet I noticed, and I'm so grateful for it, I noticed that I don't seem to react to those ingredients when they are only on my skin for a short period of time, for example, in the cleanser step. It does have a strong smell, but it is such a gentle and beautiful cleanser, exactly the type of cleanser that I enjoy, where it doesn't leave your skin even slightly stripped. Again, if anything, you do feel more hydrated after cleansing. And our final brand for today's video is none other than Pestlo. Now, when it comes to Pestlo, you may have heard of their sunscreen. I tried their sunscreen a while ago, and I absolutely love it as well. However, the more I try from this brand, the more I feel convinced that this is another one of those underrated brands. Pestlo says they fuse ancient skincare wisdom with modern knowledge. They are a bit more of a clean beauty brand or skincare brand. They tend to talk about the EWG approved ratings, things that don't typically matter to me. I don't judge it, but it's not the qualities that I am, determined to find in a brand. And yet again, when I use these Pestlo products, I find myself feeling very pleased with the brand. And I think what really cemented it for me, this is another product from the Stylovana Advent Calendar, was the Elastox Hand Ampoule. Listen, we have some confessions that I have to make. I don't like hand cream. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I love a thick moisturizer on my face, but I don't really like hand cream. I'm actually really, really bad about using it. I know, but that's why I'm talking about this product here today. This is a hand ampoule. Yes, an ampoule, which is much closer to a serum than a moisturizer, and as such, it sinks into your skin so quickly. So if you are like me and you do not like to feel hand cream on your hands, you don't feel it. It just absorbs and leaves your hands feeling deeply hydrated. So I think what's so funny for me about this one is, as a person who doesn't like hand cream, this is the exception. We found it. It's that I needed a hand ampoule serum in the first place that I cannot feel on my skin. And then the Panther recipe, which I have talked about in the past, this is a moisturizer that is based in panthenol and ceramide. As I just alluded to, I am somebody who tends to like a little bit more of a heavy moisturizer, but I get very flustered when it's a moisturizer that doesn't buff nicely into my skin, and this one absolutely does. It leaves my skin feeling very nourished, very moisturized, and it's cosmetically elegant. What's interesting is the ingredients list on this is actually overall pretty simple. It does have some ingredients that contribute to scent, that rosemary, which rosemary is a tricky ingredient. It can be used as an antioxidant, but it also tends to add a little bit of scent to your product. So it does overall have a bit of a kind of earthy, natural type of smell to it. It also uses some pine bark extract, which the longer I play around with products that contain that ingredient, the more I'm feeling like I might actually really like that ingredient. It is supposed to be an ingredient that can be used in clarifying products, and I think it does seem to agree with my acne-prone skin type. And another quick note on this brand, they always clearly list out the ingredients that they're highlighting on the back of the box, which I think is a very nice touch. It practically is the whole formula in this specific product. And my friends, that brings us to the end of my underrated Korean skincare brands video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you feel that you have found any underrated gems. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.